go live. Hello, good morning, citizen of the internet, or good afternoon, or good evening if you're watching this on the other side of the world. My name is C+Hero, Hero Vtuber in the making, and welcome to my live stream on February 11, 2023. If you're brand new here, and how are you guys all doing on this lovely Saturday morning? And today it will be a very special day because I'll have my first ever talk show here live on my YouTube channel. And good evening to you, Sauce Turtle. Welcome back, my old viewers, if you have been here before. And good morning to you, Johar Ramos. How are you all doing? Okay, with all the tests and everything set up, we'll be ready to go. But I hope that you guys are ready because I've been looking very forward to this talk show that I've been planning for quite a while, because it is something that I kind of wanted to try out. I actually, for anyone who is part of the Discord server, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this in my sneak peek behind the scene channel. But I have a brand new background specific for this talk show, and we have a guest ready to go. So how about let's get right to it and go to my room. Here we go. And we recommend that use a stream bit up. Okay. Anyway, let us go to the world. Alright, let us go to our talk show now. And welcome everybody. Alright. And welcome to the very first ever talk show here on YouTube. Vtuber versus Zawarudo. And we have a very lovely guest today, who is the one and only Miss Meowrins. But even though I said her name, how about I make a little introduction? How about our guest could make a little introduction? So please, guest, please introduce yourself to the world.
Meow. Hello, chat. My name is Meowrins, and I'm a cat girl, a magical cat girl, and I like to have a chaotic but cozy stream.
Very, very nice. And even though the YouTube studio site is saying that my bitrate is higher than recommended bitrate, which is not very true, because 9,000 over 9,000 is the recommended bitrate for YouTube channel if you're running on 60 FPS 1080. But whatever, we're just gonna keep rolling with it and see how things go. But yes, welcome to the my very first talk show, Vtuber versus Zawarudo. And I'm not sure if you could see it on your side, but check out my very cool background. It's created by the one and only Toshi Kishi on Twitter. He makes a pretty good, or they make a pretty good background. Not sure if he's a he or she, but they make a pretty good background, and I'm very grateful for them to making this cool background. And okay then, so let's get on with the question for the talk show then. And please wait for a second. And let's see now. Okay. And yes, okay, so Meowrins, why did you become a VTuber in the first place?
So the reason why I became a VTuber is because I feel like a lot of people have a lot of ish going on in their life.
Ish, huh?
So I wanted to kind of figure out a way that I could help out with that, and I feel like VTubing is a really good way that I can help people of the world. You can kind of think of it as like what you do, how you're a hero.
Right.
I kind of have a similar goal in life, is to help people, and I feel like a good way for me to kind of be myself and provide people a fun and safe space to hang out is VTubing, especially because I love anime. I think we're all weebs here.
Yes, I think vast majority of VTubers became a VTuber partially because they also like anime, because we are an animated model after all.
Yeah, it's always been my dream to be an anime girl, and look, I completed my dream. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, yes. Yes, it's very good, very good. But other than the reason why you became a VTuber, is there like any existing long-time veteran VTuber that inspired you to become a VTuber?
Yeah, there's actually a lot, but I would say mainly Nyanners because I
Nyanners.
actually was watching her since like high school basically.
Wow.
And then when she became a VTuber, I was like, oh my gosh, even Nyanners is becoming a VTuber? This is awesome. This VTubing thing must be really cool.
Yeah, I heard that. Yes, I do remember that before she became or joined and founded V Shoujo, she's was very I think she started her presence on the internet on 4chan website. There's a whole story about that, but we're not gonna go into it because it's a pretty long story. But yes, that's pretty cool, Nyanners. Yeah, I can see why you're inspired by Nyanner just because you are, well, a cat anyway, so.
Yeah, it just had to be. I guess we're like long lost cousins or something. 'cause we're pink
If
cat
you're a long
girls.
lost cousin, are you saying you're like an elder-rich being?
No, maybe. Don't tell anyone.
Okay. I won't. The forbidden knowledge, according to one of our viewers right now. Okay, well,
It's okay, viewers. I won't. I promise I won't cause destruction.
I'm pretty sure you won't. And also, like, yes, so you're inspired by Nyanners, and also, where can people find you anyway? Are you like available on Twitch, YouTube, or wherever you are?
So I mainly stream on Twitch,
Mhm.
but I'm hoping that I'll have a lot more time starting soon, and my goal is to start doing YouTube videos, at least YouTube shorts. And I'm on TikTok too. I haven't posted in a while, but that's another thing that I want to post some more of. But I'm definitely mainly on Twitch. Lots and lots of streaming and gaming.
Yeah, a lot of VTuber stream on Twitch, and Twitch is primarily all video game, but the most popular category is the just chatting category next to gaming. What kind of video game do you play or stream on Twitch anyway?
I play a lot of different kinds of video games, but I would say I mainly like to play Nintendo games. I like the cozy games a lot.
Yeah, Nintendo game. Also, I do like to play Nintendo game too, but I also occasionally play a lot of PlayStation game as well too. So
PlayStation games are good.
Speaking about video game, Nintendo stuff, have you did you heard about that Nintendo Switch, or Nintendo announced that they will be bringing Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games onto the Nintendo Switch Online?
Oh my gosh, I did see that. I'm very hopeful, but I have a feeling they won't. I want them to put Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire.
Yes, those games are well, technically came out on the Game Boy Advance. Better yet, they should put Pokemon Emerald there. But yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's a very nice that the first lineup of Game Boy Advance game, one of them you could play either Legend of Zelda Minish Cap and Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, because those two games are pretty much one of the classic games on
I didn't know that.
on the Game Boy Advance back in the days when it was first came out.
That's awesome.
So yes, and wow, YouTube Studio always recommend me to change the bit rate to something lower, but
It's yelling at you.
But yes, I don't know if it's a good idea to change the bit rate during live stream, but anyway,
Oh, don't
but
do
that's
it.
okay
We'll
because
explode.
everything seems to be working fine anyway. We're all live and it's all green. So far, so good.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. It's being held together by duct tape, but at least it's
Yeah.
being held together.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's kind of my motto
but
for
speaking
streaming,
about
honestly.
like on the topic of scuff that we're just discussing now, have you experienced any kind of a scuff during your VTubing career life? And if so, anything you'd like to share, like an embarrassing and funny moment?
Oh gosh, I don't even know where to begin.
Oh, so that means you
I
have a
feel
lot.
like stuff is just my life. And the funny thing is, I always make sure everything's completely set up and ready to go.
Right?
But then somehow, once I click live, everything just collapses.
Yes, yes, it is. It's true. I believe there's like a certain meme going on where like VTubers have trouble with like the OBS studios crashing, and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to say the least of why that's kind of happening. So yes.
Yeah, it honestly feels like everything is really being held together with like chewed up gum instead of glue. Like, and honestly, the most embarrassing thing that's happened was this one time, kind of recently. I started streaming. Everything was fine for a few seconds, but then I started speaking, and then like 10 seconds later, there started being an echo. And I had recently changed something with my microphone, so I was like,
Oh.
that must have been it, but it was working just fine before I hit go live. So I was messing with the microphone settings and putting them back to what they were and all this other stuff, and there kept being an echo. Every time I said anything, it would just be like, echo, echo.
Okay.
And I was going crazy trying to figure it out. But what happened was my Twitch stream was on in the background on the browser. All I had to do was close that page.
Okay. Just a little bit of a pause for a moment. I'm gonna try to change the bit rate if it will fix things up.
Cross.
Let me see. Hang on a second.
Hold on tightly.
Okay, I just
Buckle your
lowered.
seatbelt.
Oh, whoops! I accidentally activated my emotional toggle when I was changing it. Just change the bit rate to 6,000. See if that will be better. So
It's over 6,000.
well, at least no quality and frame drop is happening. So at least that's good. So, and oh, it looked like it's working now. Okay, so all right then, perfect.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you said you were planning for YouTube. Actually, you mentioned about that you making YouTube short and TikTok videos. How's that going for you? Are you doing well with your shorts or TikTok videos?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. When I put the YouTube shorts on, they actually reach well, not big, but bigger than I'm used to audience kind of right away. But then they sort of just stay there.
Yeah, right.
It's like only at first the people who will see it, but then afterwards it's just lost in the void.
Yes, fun fact about YouTube short is that like I think just last month YouTube introduced another way of you to earn monetization. Is that like before you gotta have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public views on video, but you can also earn YouTube partner monetization by also getting 1,000 subscriber, but also get at least 10 million views for your shorts in total in 90 days, which is pretty crazy to say at least. Like 90 days to get 10 million views on short, just the short alone, which is a pretty exaggerated number.
Yeah.
But
Oh my
I'm pretty
God.
sure people who does very well on TikTok probably could manage to get it in about a month or two at least. Because I remember
Wow, yeah.
watching a video on YouTube by VidQ, a great group of people who works with YouTube algorithm and just how to make yourself become a better streamer and YouTuber. They say that by average you need to get at least about something like a little over something like 100,000 view every short video like you upload.
Whoa.
Which is pretty extreme. Another cool
that's a
thing
big
about
goal.
YouTube short I heard is that this is only for Android user, but if you upload YouTube short on your Android phone, you can allow to change the front cover of that video. In other words, you can change the thumbnail of that short video now. So
Oh, cool.
but it only is for Android user, not iPhone user, only for Android.
No.
So, but yeah, that is
I'm
a pretty
locked
crazy
out.
number. YouTube is tripping. Yeah, YouTube is tripping. But So Meowin, can you tell us anything about what you've been streaming lately on your Twitch?
So recently I've been streaming a lot of Pokemon Scarlet. We're inching closer and closer to finishing.
Ah, yes,
I
Pokemon
finally
Scarlet.
became champion.
Yeah,
It took so long.
I'm nowhere near completing Pokemon Violet on my side because I was planning to fight against the Psychic Gym Leader, but I cannot find a way to get to the city, so I just
Oh no!
changed a plan. I went to go ahead to fight against the Titan because I thought the next ability to unlock if I beat the Titan was to climb up the wall, but instead I got the glide instead, which is pretty good too, but I was expecting something else differently. So now the next plan is either go after against the water gym leader or do something else.
Ooh.
So yes. Other than another exciting thing that Nintendo revealed in their latest direct is that some of the upcoming games, such as now that's available, Metroid Prime Remaster. Would you be playing some of the games that were revealed on Nintendo Direct sometime soon or later down this year when it releases?
Yes. Okay, so I'm obsessed with the game Fantasy Life. I feel like it's a very unknown game, but they're getting a sequel and I'm gonna explode. I'm so excited! That I'm definitely gonna play as soon as it comes out. I'm really, really excited for that. For that game, you basically, it's like an RPG, but instead of picking one class, you can literally switch between the classes whenever you want. It's so fun.
That's very, very good. It looked like Johan Ramos on the chat asked are you a Marvel fan? Are you a Marvel fan, Meowin?
Ooh. Yeah, I like Marvel a lot. I really like Spider-Man, and I actually just watched the most recent, well, technically the most recent as of now Marvel movie, which is the Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
But in a few days,
yeah, Wakanda
the most
Forever
recent movie is gonna be a new one.
Right, Wakanda Forever is now available on Disney Plus. This is not a plug-in or advertisement, but it is just a fact.
Yeah,
but
that's actually why I watched it.
Okay, but are you also looking forward to the next Marvel movie, which is coming out actually technically in 6 days, Ant-Man Quantumania?
Yeah, I think that this new one, Quantumania, it's either the end or beginning of the next, like, quote-unquote phase of the Marvel movies. So I wonder what they're gonna do with that.
Yes, yeah, that's really cool. I do know a little bit of what's going on in Quantumania, like story-wise, because a certain main villain of that movie is related to another character that appeared in a different Marvel show that's only available on Disney Plus. So there's a connection. So they've been setting things up for this movie beforehand, just like every other Marvel movie or Marvel TV show on Disney Plus. But one of the viewers asked, like, do you like Mahou Shoujo? If so, what is your favorite?
Ooh, I love Mahou Shoujo. I honestly need to watch more Mahou Shoujo shows, but my favorite, that's actually a hard one to pick. Let's go with, I really like Precure, but honestly, I'd have to say Madoka.
Madoka, yes. I could tell by looking at your color. Then again, pink is a very common color in Mahou Shoujo anime anyway, so. Right. Speaking of Meowin, have you heard that the latest Precure show, it's gonna be, I think it's already started this month, but if not, the newest Precure show, it's gonna actually have the very first ever a male Precure member. Have you heard about that?
Oh, what? No, I haven't heard of that. That's awesome.
Yes.
I have to look into that more. That's really, really neat.
Yes, for the first time in their 20 years of running the show, they have their actual first femboy.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. They did that in one other Magical Girl anime that I was surprised about because I feel like that's a very unexplored thing that they could go into. So I'm excited to see more of that.
Right. Yeah, I'm also excited to see that too. I probably gotta look up on the anime and see how it goes.
Yeah, that's really cool. Precure has been really awesome lately. I think in the most recent one or the season beforehand, they had their first Mexican magical girl, which is really neat.
Mexican. I think Mexican. I don't know about Mexican, but I know that whatchamacallit. There was a one pretty tier show. Its theme was based off astrology and space. And the member in that, the yellow pretty tier, she is like technically the first dark skin Italian, half Japanese pretty tier.
What?
I remember
Oh, that's so
that.
cool.
And oh, look at that. Look like one of your fan, Kai, is in the chat.
Oh, it's Kai. Meow. Good meowing.
Good morning, Meowin. Seems like that's what he's saying. But yes, good morning to you, Kai. Welcome to the live stream. The name's C+Hero, and I am interviewing Meowin in my talk show Vtuber versus Zawarudo. But yes, it is very cool. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show so far, and if you do, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more of this. Anyway, on to the next question. Other than Mahou Shoujo, do you also watch any other like genre anime? What anime show do you watch, Meowin?
So I watch a lot of different anime, honestly, but I think my favorite anime is comedy. My favorite kind of show, I would call it, for lack of a better word, dumb humor.
Dumb humor.
So kind of like the shows where like everyone in the show is just an idiot. So like Psyche K, I don't know if you've seen that show, but that's a perfect example.
Right.
Everyone is just completely ridiculous.
Okay, cool. Do you have any like a specific name of anime you like watching?
So ones that come to mind right off the top of my head, I really like this show called The Snow Fairy Sugar, which is kind of a comedy, but it's more like just kind of a comfy show to watch. And one of the funniest comedies I've seen is Sakamoto Desu Ka? Or have you heard of Sakamoto?
Ah, yes.
That one's so funny. I die laughing every single time.
Oh my god, Sakamoto Desu Ka. I haven't watched the entire anime show, but just watching the clips of some of the episode. Oh my god.
Yeah,
this man,
it's
like
weirder and weirder.
It's like the definition of a perfect human being doing the most awkward yet the most perfectly. Like it's like
yeah, this guy is hilarious.
Actually, funny thing about it, fun fact, only in Japan, but I think they made a live action TV show based off on the manga too.
Oh my gosh, I want to see that. I wonder how they'll even pull that off, because I feel like this man just does the most inhuman things.
If it was live action, how are they gonna pull him off when he actually rode on the mop, you know?
Yeah, there was this one scene that I wonder how they'll even do this, where he's like going up the stairs, but it looks like he's floating, and then they cut to what he's actually doing, and he's just skipping, he's stretching his leg out so that he's going to like 10 stairs up at a time.
Yeah, I know. It's like really weird, like how that's even like possible. But yeah, but it is Sakamoto we're talking about, so
yeah, he's cool.
Is there like any upcoming anime that you're looking forward to coming that's currently airing or maybe starting in April? I have heard that, you know, the brand new Demon Slayer season 3 is coming out in April, or some other, you know, upcoming big anime in the spring. Is there anything that you're looking forward to?
Ooh, so I don't know which ones are specifically coming out in spring, but right now I'm watching this season I'm watching the new season of Tokyo Revengers, and that's really good.
Tokyo Revenger, nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm all for murder mystery stories. Even though it's not quite a murder mystery, it's kind of more of a, how are we gonna stop this from happening? And then something else happens.
Right. Yeah, I mean that is true. That is very true. Let's see now. Okay, cool. And also, just a little question for you. Do you happen to like JoJo?
I do like JoJo. I've only seen clips of it though, but I like JoJo a lot. And my best friend's actually super into JoJo, so I'm always having her tell me what happened in the most recent installment.
Nice, nice, nice. Well, I'm pretty sure your friend, if she or he watching this, they're probably gonna scream because of the background I have here.
Yeah. We have to make sure she sees it. If she's not on right now, I have to show her later. It was me, Dio.
It was me, Dio. Dio. Look like somebody asked Riv on the chat, ask you, have you like Spy X Family? Do you like Spy X Family?
Oh, I love Spy X Family. That's one of my favorite type of shows where there's just... I feel like all three of these people are just complete doofuses. But they're adorable doofuses. You know what I mean?
I mean, yes, we have like Assassin Mommy, the dad, the girl with telepathic ability. Yeah, it's like it's a fun. Even though originally they're just a fake family for some kind of mission purpose, they eventually became like a family.
Yeah, that's what makes it even more it's even more of a family bond in my opinion when it's found family because you choose these people.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yes, exactly. And on the other thing about anime, do you also happen to be like cosplay? Because some VTubers out there also like to do cosplay in real life. Not that it's a meta or anything, but something that other like VTuber have done before or are planning to do. Do you like cosplay in general, or do you even do cosplay yourself?
I actually really love cosplay. Dressing up is just super fun. I haven't done it in quite a while actually, but I really want to go to a con sometime soon and have a big fanciful cosplay. I have these big ideas, but maybe that's not so much of a good idea because then it becomes this whole big project.
Right. Yeah.
Cosplay.
Making a cosplay costume takes a lot of time and effort if you're making it for yourself. Speaking of convention, actually, have you been to a convention before?
Yeah, so I hadn't been to a convention in a really long time. I had gone like very early on in high school, but then I hadn't gone in a long time. But this last year I actually went and I was able to meet the voice actor for Child from Genshin Impact and the voice actor for Zhongli in Genshin Impact. He also voices a whole bunch of other characters like Hisoka.
Oh, wow. Nice. Funny thing about Genshin Impact is that I know a big VTuber, experienced VTuber named Sayu. He actually voices the character Sino in Genshin Impact.
Oh yeah, you're right. And when I found out about that, I was so surprised, and that's just so awesome because the names of the the name of the character is very similar. I'm like, did they do this on purpose?
Yeah, I don't know. Also, a little fun fact is that Sayu is also voicing another video game character in the upcoming game Octopath Traveler 2, which is coming out in 2 weeks from now, too. So it's very fun. He actually tweeted about the certain character on his Twitter account, too. So,
oh, that's so cool.
Yes, and also like but at a convention, if you're gonna happen to meet like your favorite VTuber at a convention, who would it be?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard choice. I feel like just because I've been watching her for so long, I would want to meet Nyaners, but I really like Iron Mouse's presence too, so I feel like I would want to talk to her for a little.
Yes, I actually the most recent anime convention I went, which was like last November, I actually met Iron Mouse.
How was that?
Oh, it was a really best experience. So like I asked her the question like I actually cannot allow to say her certain friend's name, but I asked her the question like, when will AKA that monkey guy ever meet Inferno, Beelzebub, Altea, the crew, the Apocalypse, the opposite of divine, Prince of Suffering, Torment, Master of all sin, Conqueror of the Underworld, and King of all Demonkind, aka Booby for short.
Booby.
Like, and she said that, wow, I'm impressed that you remember. And I said back to her, I practice. And she's like, wow. But yeah, she said that Booby says pretty busy. So, you know, that's basically her answer to the question. But she was pretty impressed that I remember his name.
Yeah, that must have been so fun for her, both
Yeah.
of you. I'm so glad.
Right, on that same day, Kaysan was also available too, but I didn't get to meet Kaysan though, so... but yeah, well, you know, who knows, maybe you do have a chances to meet Nyanyers or any of the V-Shoujo girls at the anime convention. I know that they are... I don't know if they are sponsored, but they collab with the organization called Senpai Squad, which a group of people who also sell merchandise, but special thing about them is that at some certain anime convention, they bring custom designed cars, and one of the cars was V-Shoujo, so you may have a good chance of, if Senpai Squad is at the convention visiting, then you might have a good chance of meeting V-Shoujo too, so.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'll go
exactly.
steal the car. No, I'm just kidding.
It's
We're not doing any Grand Theft Auto today, I promise.
Grand Theft Auto. No. Actually, I actually touched it. Well, I didn't accidentally. I actually was wondering, like, where's the doorknob on this car when I realized there was no doorknob. But then I got a little trouble to not touch that car, so.
No. They were like, no fingerprints.
Yeah, it's a custom design, you know, car with all the V-Shoujo girl. Well, now that Haruka joined in, they have to have Haruka on there somewhere, but how are they gonna fit Haruka on that design on the car itself? It's gonna be very difficult.
They're gonna have to Photoshop her in.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to Photoshop her in. I hope that they put her funny face on there instead of a regular face.
Oh, that would be so good. They should do that.
Yes, it will be that her iconic funny face. Yes, that would be really cool.
And that would be perfect, especially with all the other characters just having like a normal art style, and then she has the funny face.
Yes, it will make sense, right? Yeah, because it is Haruka. We're talking about Haruka Karibu here. So you also, from all the talk we had, you follow Nyanya. Do you also follow any other VTubers?
Yeah, I follow a lot. It kind of ends up being that situation where because you're following so many, you can only watch like a little bit at a time.
Right.
I follow so many. I follow a lot of the V-Shoujo girls.
Mm-hmm.
I follow you. I follow Alara. It's like such a big mixed bag of people too, which I like because it's like these big corporation VTubers, and then indie VTubers that only have a few people in chat, and then these medium-sized VTubers that are doing all these. Those people are really awesome because they are kind of they're their own producer, but they're somehow doing all these events and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I mean, following a lot of VTuber. I think like ever since becoming a VTuber, you feel like you follow so many that you just don't have the time to watch all of them. And fortunately, because a lot of, at least the Western side, a lot of Western VTubers on Twitch, so their VOD, their live stream VOD does not stay on Twitch forever. And not a lot of them actually upload it on YouTube or have their own YouTube channel.
Yeah, you're right. That's actually a good point. I feel like a lot of people don't put their VODs up, myself included.
Yeah. And so, but fortunately for anyone who's actually watching this talk show but we're not at the very beginning, or you just join in, remember that this is all on YouTube live stream VOD will stay forever unless something happens or the YouTuber decide to delete it for whatever reason. But do not worry, guys, the live stream VOD will be available even after the stream is over, so you can watch it at your own pleasurable time.
Don't forget, you're here forever.
Yeah, you're here forever. Ever.
I feel like that's basically what I heard the first time I went on the internet.
One of the chatters asked, did you guys just wanted Joey take about VTuber? I think what this guy is, Kit Sosa is referring to is that one of the recent guests that appeared on IML's talk show, Speak of the Devil, Joey, aka Anime Man, he explained about his hot take about VTuber, about like,
Oh no.
VTuber fans only watch VTuber that they care about because they only care about their look. Do you happen to agree on what Joey, aka Anime Man, said about that? A lot of VTuber fans only watch VTuber because of their look.
I think he's just trying to stir the pot.
Yeah, he might be stirring the pot, but however, he does have a little bit of a good point, like because whenever you know, let's say you goes on Twitch or YouTube to find a VTuber, the first thing, what do you see on the first thing? It's the thumbnail, right? So it's always the first impressions it's always about the first impression. And if you happen to see something that you like based off on whatever, either like color or just the design wise, that's what you go for, right? But if you watch that streamer and you find that streamer to be like sound monotone or boring, then you don't stay, right? So what Joey said is very true. What Anime said is very true. I mean, a lot of VTuber fans like the VTuber because of the design, but a lot of the viewers don't stay for long if that streamer is not that very entertaining. So I think personality of the streamer is very important as well too. What kind of content they're making, what are they streaming about, and whatnot, you know? Because even just because look is not about everything, you know? Look is not about everything. It helps you to make a first impression, but it's not gonna help you grow in the long run if you're not doing something interesting other than just sit there and be pretty.
Right, and I think not only does it like bring in that maybe you wouldn't have clicked on them in the first place if you didn't think they had a cool design or something, but what makes them stay is just themselves, and they could have just looked like whatever and you still would have stayed. And another thing is, I feel like I might just be biased though, because one of my favorite streamers to watch is Vinny Vinesauce, and he literally never has a face cam.
Yeah, I mean, I remember my favorite, not a streamer, but a YouTuber who does a lot of Let's Play of Nintendo game, Chugga Conroy. He never revealed his face on his YouTube video. He doesn't go live, but he makes a lot of Let's Play YouTube videos, so...
Yeah, you're right. And actually that brings up a good point too, because even Critical, we didn't even know what he looked like for such a long time, and now he just has the webcam on all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't watch Voice Critical, so I don't know much about his story of his long story of his as a YouTuber or Twitch streamer, his streaming career. But all I know about Voice Critical is that his face of going woo became like a GIF meme. So
yeah, he's a perfect example of just because we literally did not know what he looked like at all. He never used facecam, and there were no pictures of him. We didn't even know what his first name was for many years. But just because he's such a wacky guy, he had a really big audience before we even knew what he looked like. And then he accidentally showed his face on Snapchat or something, and then the whole internet went, "Oh no, he's hot." Oh my gosh.
Really? That's kind of
the Florida man himself.
Oh man, that's funny. But also like about real life faces reveal and stuff. Okay, look like one of our chatter want to go to sleep. Goodbye for now, Kid Salsa.
Good night.
Good night to you. Stay asleep. Don't let the bed bug bite. Anyway, so about face reveal. What do you think about, you know, VTubers or streamers doing face reveal?
For me, I don't really care. I feel like whatever makes them most comfortable is good with me. Change is always kind of hard to get used to, but I always do end up getting used to it, even if it's a change I don't like. So I feel like whatever makes someone the most comfortable is what they should do, especially with like face reveal for VTubers. I feel like it's good to have your character a lot, but I feel like a lot of things that maybe if you want to do something that with the limitations of having a VTuber model won't allow you to do, I feel like you should just do the thing anyway. Like say going to a con and meeting someone, maybe if you don't have the means of having a booth set up like the VShojo people do.
Right.
But if you just go to the con, I think Kayson used to do that. She would have like her mask on and like respectfully ask people not to, whatever pictures they take with her, not to put them up online. I think that's one way of going about it.
That is true. That is true. But then again, Tayson's very comfortable with her in real life face, even way before she became part of VShojo. But yes, Tayson have a very long history as a streamer as well as a VTuber. Also, her old persona, which we're not gonna make a big mention here on this talk show, if you guys know what I mean. But yes, and cool. And back on the topic of YouTube and stuff, Meowrins, so you stream a lot of Nintendo games, and you do upload things on TikTok and Shorts. And you said that you're gonna start making YouTube video. Are you going to, start learning how to do some editing, or are you gonna be hiring someone?
So my plan was to do editing, but the more and more I try to learn editing, the more I'm intimidated by it. So I feel like it might be a better idea for me to have someone edit, honestly.
Right. It's understandable. I actually edit things on my own, but I occasionally hire somebody to do the editing for me if I want something a little bit more, add a little more pizzazz to it, if I cannot do it things on my own. But yes, hiring someone to edit your video it's not a bad idea. But if you're who's a VTuber who's just starting out, only a small-time VTuber, and even just recently became a Twitch affiliate and started earning some little bit of money, I personally think that you should save up those money and start just doing editing things on your own.
Yeah, you're right. The money, especially in the beginning, it's good to save the money to go towards different stuff like assets or even a custom model, because I really want to have a full body custom model one day, hopefully sooner rather than later. And even though editing is kind of really intimidating for me, I feel like I should just deal with it and learn a new skill. You know what I mean?
Right. And
just kind of suck it up.
Full body custom model. What do you mean by that, Meowin?
So because the model I'm using right now is actually not a unique model, which is, I'm surprised because it literally just looks like me. But the only other model I have is just a floating head, so I'd like to have a body.
Yes, you use that PNG model too. Yes, I know that PNG. And when you said that your model looks like you, I thought, wait, are you really a cat in real life? Because I remember that Niana's revealed what her face looked like in real life, and she is a cat. So.
Yeah, I'm a cat in real life. Don't you know everyone on the internet is just secretly a cat? No.
Yes. Right. That's pretty cool. And also like let's see now. So since you be making a lot of, but like when you're gonna plan to make more content on your YouTube channel or TikTok or whatever you're gonna do other than just streaming on Twitch, actually, you know what, said you that, what else do you do outside of streaming on Twitch anyway? Is there anything you like to share about what else you do in life other than just streaming?
So I actually like to draw a lot. I haven't been drawing lately. I kind of was all doodled out last month because I was doing a lot of drawings and full color drawings, which is, I like coloring, but at the same time it's really tedious, so it takes a lot out of me.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah.
So yeah, I have a lot of fun with it though. It was kind of hard to get used to the digital art, but once I finally got the hang of it, I have so much fun with it. I could actually, when I'm drawing on paper, I'm like, I wish I could just control Z and undo what I just did.
Right, 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 right. Yes, that is true. That is very true. I remember like the first thing I drew when I was in kindergarten. This was a time before I learned English. I have no idea what everybody else was saying because they all speak in English. I just
Aw.
took like a big giant black crayon and just draw a bunch of circle because everybody was drawing on paper, so I just followed their lead. I just draw a bunch of circle in black color.
Did you draw a perfect circle like SpongeBob?
I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea. I can't remember that far, but it was a circle, all right. Also, like, let's see now. You said that you like drawing. I'm not sure you know, but a lot of VTuber, some very talented artistic VTuber, do a drawing stream. Would you someday like to do that kind of stuff on stream?
Oh, yeah, I think that would be really fun. I didn't really think about that, but now that you mention it, I think that a drawing stream, I really want to do that. I think that my chat would have a lot of fun with that too, because usually in stream, no matter what we're doing, we just kind of like to sit and hang out and talk. So I think a drawing stream would be perfect for that.
Yeah, that would be really cool. It looked like one of our chatters said he have a zero drawing talent, but that same chatter named Riv Ursa asked a question that, do you have thoughts on AI VTuber like Neurosama? Oh yes, that AI VTuber who's been very trending on the internet lately. What do you think, Meowin?
I think it's interesting. For me, the reason I like watching VTubers is because I like that connection kind of with watching someone. And since it's an AI VTuber, it's not really a real person, so it's just kind of more like a fun little thing for me to watch, but it's not really something I would watch in the long run. But I do think it's really funny how she's like so evil.
Yeah, and also, do you think that Neurosama like eventually may even take over the world? In a sense, she kind of took over the world because of the popularity all the attention that she's getting. But do you think AI, now that AI VTuber is in the VTuber industry, that we might see like more and more AI VTubers coming out, and eventually, if they get to the point that they become even a better entertainer than a human acting as a VTuber? What do you think? Do you think that will ever happen, or is that something that will never happen? We're just gonna be like an equal competitor with each other, AI versus our real life VTubers.
So I think at least where AI is now, maybe not so much, but if somewhere down the line, I think it could be possible to have someone write an AI that somehow learns well enough to be like kind of like entertaining like a real person. I think that's possible, but for the most part, I think it's more, at least where it is now, it's kind of more like, it reminds me of Twitch Plays Pokemon, how that was a huge thing for quite a long time, and it technically still exists, but very few people watch it now. I think it's kind of like that.
Right. And if I remember correctly, Neurosama actually like quoted Rick Ashley's song, the Rick Roll song, and I remember watching a clip on YouTube. I actually watched the clip of it when Alara was reacting to like YouTube videos, during one of her live stream. But yes. So yes. So you don't think that AI will eventually, steal our job as a VTuber?
I hope not.
Yeah, let's hope not. I mean, like, AI at this point in time, they're learning, but they're not perfect either, too. So we'll see what the future holds. We'll see.
What we have to do is befriend them so they don't turn on us.
Yeah.
So they don't kick us out.
Right. They won't kick us out. Oh boy. And let's see now. Um. So, we got over like how you got into VTuber, who inspired you to be a VTuber, but I'm not sure if you explain enough about why you became a VTuber.
So, I feel like there isn't really like a specific rhyme or reason for it. My main motivation is to make people happy because I don't know, like for me,
Aw.
I come home at the end of the day and I want to just forget about all the things I'm stressed out about, and then I'll put on a streamer and then start my main reason for watching streams is to laugh, or just kind of hang out and um think about like positives, if that makes sense.
Right,
And
right,
just
right.
it's the time to like not be focusing on all the things I'm worried about. So I'm really passionate about making people happy. So I feel like VTubing is a perfect way for me to do that, because I put on Twitch to kind of hang out and laugh and listen to a stream while I'm working on something that's difficult or stressing me out. So I thought if I do that, then maybe a lot of other people do that. So this is a way that I can help people if I start streaming too.
Oh,
And
that's
I was really inspired by all the people I watch just because they're hilarious, and
yeah, that's
I
very
want to do
nice.
this.
That's a very nice goal and a very honest, genuine goal too. Because a lot of newcoming VTuber, a lot of newcomer VTuber, most of them, or not all of them, but a lot of them, only became a VTuber because they want to be as big as one of those more experienced big indie VTubers, such as people from Hololive, DG Sanji, or V Shoujo's. A lot of people also happen to apply for those agencies as well as too. They're expecting some kind of big return, but in actual reality, there's a lot of effort and time and work put into it. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, I'm not a statistic or mathematician or anything like that, but at least like 99, well, this is kind of a hypothetical number, but at least like something like a little over 90% of people who start as VTubers don't even last for within 6 months, or even within a month too. And they all just, most
noticed
of them
that.
just quit. Like,
Yeah, and I'm surprised by that because what all of the big streamers and YouTubers always say is like, just keep putting your stuff out there, keep doing it, and eventually your stuff will start picking up,
right, like, I know that like the VTuber you follow, Nyanyas, she started out just doing cover song. She still does it too a little bit, but at the beginning she started with cover song, and this was way before she founded and became part of V Shoujo.
Right. She basically literally just made like shit posts.
Yeah, that is true.
You know
That
what
is
I
true. She
mean?
does make a lot of shit posts too. And also,
And that's what picked up, which is kind
yes,
of like just do what you like and eventually, you'll get there.
yes, people recognize how worth and effort you did, but so many people or a lot of viewers just don't see all of the back end work, like all the effort,
Yeah.
the sweat, the blood. Well, maybe not blood, but sweat and tears behind all the
Unless you're a
stuff they do in the
vampire.
background. And so many viewers just like criticize, maybe even negatively criticize like a VTuber, like, oh, that's easy for you to say. Look at all the big number of subscribers you have. Like, a lot of people just only see the end result, and they don't think about what all the effort that goes through the streaming or the content that VTubers make.
Right. And I actually had no idea how much dang work goes into it until I started. And it honestly gave me an appreciation for like honestly the entertainment industry as a whole. Cause we're just at home doing our own thing, even though it's a lot of work. I can just imagine what big productions, how much work they have to do, And I feel like a lot of people, they like do and don't understand. Like a lot of people are like, oh, you can just go on TikTok and do a silly little dance and you'll have millions of dollars. But those same people, if you're like, okay, then go and do that, they won't do that because they're scared of the rejection. of like maybe having 0 viewers, and I think that's kind of what the people who are big, that's what they have to have the strength, kind of the mental strength to do that kind of thing. Like for myself, I'm really have a lot of trouble with rejection and that kind of stuff, but I sort of have to get past it and just kind of, okay, if there's no one watching, that's fine. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because a lot of people will just say, oh, there's no one watching, let me just turn it off. But no, you have to just keep going. Even if no one's watching, that's something maybe your biggest fan later on is gonna watch, you know?
Yes, you need the willpower and the grit, according to the chat.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true, chat.
Right. Yes, so rejection is something that a lot of VTuber, including small VTuber, upcoming new VTubers, need to just get used to it, because like it's a struggle if you want to make this into like an actual like full-time career or a job, you know?
Yeah, yes, exactly. And it's a really difficult thing to do, just sort of compartmentalizing that and saying like, you know, even though I personally am having my feelings hurt and feeling like it's a personal failing of mine, I logically have to understand that no, it's just maybe people don't feel like watching right now or all this other stuff. You have to just sort of force yourself not to take it personally, no matter what your brain's telling you how upset it is.
Yes, you just need to build a thick skin, that's all.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the kind of thing that it gets easier the more you do it. So that's even more reason to practice doing it, you know?
Yes, practice makes perfect, some people say. Right,
It's very
yeah.
true.
Exactly. Okay then. Yes, look like this show's been up on for almost an hour, so yeah, it looked like we're going pretty well with this too.
Yeah, the time flew by.
Yeah, time flew by, and it only feels like we only been here for like 10 minutes and we talked so much.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say it only felt like 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe it's because of Zawarudo powers it's to stop time. So maybe we're stuck in a time for all we know.
Oh my gosh, you're right. It's just in this room we're in, the time is stopped and going really slow.
Yes, apparently Dio-sama is like watching over us.
He's cheering us on.
But yes, just don't look at the view count. Yeah, that's true. Just don't look at the view count, or just don't focus too much on the number of views you're getting. So
yeah, that's actually a really big advice that I've heard that I'd like to extend to chat if anyone wants to be an entertainer or anything. That's one of the most important pieces of advice, because the whole idea behind that is to, even if you have one single person watching, pretend like you have 1,000 people watching, because if you do that, then the quality you're putting out is the highest quality that you can make it. You know what I mean? That way it's a good experience for whoever's watching, even if it's just one person.
Right. Yeah, I remember like starting out back in March of last year, which means that I already have a 1-year anniversary coming up. But thank you. But like I remember like the first stream I did, I was like sort of nervous because I just didn't know like if things will go out well and stuff like that, or if there's anybody coming. But I did follow a lot of guides about becoming a VTuber beforehand, so I thought I would be just fine and just went on a roll, and look at here I am, just doing things on YouTube. Funny thing is that unlike most other VTuber, or at least most Western VTuber, I started out here on YouTube and I didn't go on Twitch at all. I did make a Twitch channel, but I never went live on the Twitch. And I was thinking of going on Twitch like sometime like after a little bit of a couple of months after I was on YouTube. But then that is when Twitch announced the whole thing about changing their monetization, adding more long time on their ad and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I think there's pluses and minuses to both of the platforms.
Right.
Honestly, I feel like the big draw for Twitch for me is the emotes.
Yes, emotes, as well as the redeem.
Oh yes, you're right.
Yeah,
And I
Twitch
think
is a...
people can get really creative with those too,
Yeah,
which is
Twitch,
fun.
I think if you want to stream on Twitch, you're probably most likely some kind of person who want a little bit of an interaction with other people. That's what Twitch is good for. If you want to make like a funny content, like videos, then that's YouTube, because you cannot do that on Twitch, you know?
Right, yeah. And I do like that about Twitch, that it's really interactive, but I feel like even just being live on YouTube like this is quite interactive too.
Right. So, Riv on chat asked, like, any thoughts on indie versus Kobo VTuber? And the second part of the question, would you be willing to try out for a Kobo?
Oh, that's a really good question, Rev. I feel like there's ups and downs to both being indie and being corpo, but I feel like it's probably honestly better to, well, not better, but you know what I mean, like more, I would prefer staying as an indie, because even though there's a really big plus to being corpo in the sense that they, depending on which corporation it is, they could, kind of like any other company, they offer different things, like they could pay for your singing lessons or your dancing lessons and give you technical support and all this stuff. So you have a really big support in that sense. But if you're indie and you keep working really hard at it, eventually you'll be able to have the means to get that kind of support for yourself, you know?
Right. Yeah, eventually, because if you stick being indie and if you do it for a long time and do things correctly, eventually it will become into like a business of your own in a sense too. And then you can start hiring editors, you can start hiring your own emoji designer if you want to, and eventually you might be able to hire like your own social media manager, and they can manage all your social media accounts and stuff too, and you don't have to worry, and you can just continue on streaming and stuff. But
yeah, exactly.
But yes, but Meowrins, this is just a question from me, not from the chat. But if you happen to be wanting to join a corporate or a VTuber agency, which agency would you like to join? Or what agency you like to join?
So ultimately, I think joining VShojo would be really awesome, because you get to keep your own, your own design and all that stuff, and that's really important to me, because I feel like in my mind's eye, my VTuber is really more so how I perceive myself. So it would be a little hard for me to like be a VTuber as a different character, but I wouldn't mind it if it's temporary.
Right. Yeah.
If it's a corporation that makes you be a new character, you know what I mean?
Yes, like VShojo allows more freedom of expression than most of other agency VTuber, because VShojo works very differently than, Hololive Production or Niji Sanji, and those two companies have been around a lot longer than VShojo's, but VShojo works very differently. I mean, heck, they even allow Project Melody to continue doing her stuff at that other platform that's more specific for adult.
Yeah, that we won't name.
Yes.
Like Voldemort.
Funny thing about Project Melody is that before VTuber became a trend, I remember reading this article like almost 10 years ago about Project Melody, actually, that she was making a huge trend on that other platform, and so many in real life performers were arguing against, like, oh, this AI robot anime girl is taking over our job or stuff like that. I remember reading that article. It was the most awkward and weirdest story I ever read on the internet. But this was a time before VTuber became a thing, and it was like, wow. And look at where Project Melody is now. Like, wow, now here we are. Everybody wanted to become that AI talking animated character now. It's like really
Right.
like the people view about VTuber just changed over time.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that, but I remember that.
Yeah, Project Melody, yeah. Lewd but wholesome. But anyway, and let's see now. Let's see that. Yeah, even Asmod Gold mentioned that about Melody too. Yep, that is true. That is. I don't know. I actually didn't know Asmod Gold actually did mention something about that about Project Melody. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yes.
They should do a collab.
Yeah. Let's see now. Oh, so like one of our chat in the chat box, I'm looking through it to see if they have any question that I missed, if they have question they want to ask. But it looked like the one of chat Sauce Turtle asked that, do either of us have any fun stream planned for the future?
Oh, good question. So I'm kind of working on some stuff like tinkering. I don't have any specific interesting stream plans for the future. I want to knock out the games that I've been playing because I'm like let's say 80% done with like 3 different games.
Right.
But I really want to start doing some more like interactive type stuff with chat. I need to sort of sit down and workshop that though, but I want to do a lot more fun stuff with chat because I love hanging out with chat and playing with them. So if there's anything I could do to kind of do more fun stuff that the more interactive streamers do, I want to come up with things like that.
Right. Yeah, for me, my future plan is, I will going to play Splatoon 3 after this, but I think I will be streaming Splatoon 3 for the Splatfest during the Splatfest event, which is happening right now, tomorrow in the afternoon. So I will do that because it's been a while I streamed Splatoon 3. And Riv Ursa asked a question that, do you have a stream schedule, Meowrins? And he just said he just followed you on Twitch. Thank you for following Meowrins.
Thank you so much, Rev. Thank you. Yeah, so usually I stream definitely on Saturdays, kind of in the afternoon. So kind of usually I'll start around this time, maybe a couple hours later. And with my new schedule that I'm kind of trying to work out in real life, in real life, that hopefully I'm gonna have time to stream maybe a couple times during the evening on the weekdays. I'm not sure which weekdays those might be, but yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. I'd say maybe 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on weekdays. I'm hoping to do definitely Saturdays and maybe 1 or 2 weekday evenings.
Yep. You heard it, folks. Meowrins is available whenever she wants to because she is a cat. That's
exactly.
Basically the summary of her stream
It's just our
schedule.
nature.
She's a cat, so she can do whatever she wants.
Just open up a can of soup and I'll come running.
Yeah,
'cause I hear
open
the
up a
can
can
opening.
of catnip and she will come running, man. But anyway, speaking of which, how else people will find you, Meowrins? Are you available on Twitter? Do you have your Discord server, or what do you have?
Yeah, so usually when I'm planning a stream schedule or when I'm about to stream, I'll announce on Twitter and Discord. My Twitter is just Meowrins VT, and then if you'd like, I could give you the Discord link and you could put it in your chat. But if not, chat can definitely get onto my Discord during whenever I'm live. I'll put that link in chat.
Yes, and actually, if I type in the command !collab, the Nightbot will provide you guys the link to Meowrins' Twitch channel, and there you go, it appeared in the chat box. So, if you guys enjoy watching Meowrins here, or then you could check her out on her Twitch channel. Her Twitch channel homepage also have her social link to her Twitter, TikTok, Discord server. So please go and follow follow her on Twitch, Twitter, or join her Discord server. And if you guys also happen to be enjoying watching this live stream, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button if you want to see more of this talk show down on the line in the future. And hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I go live for this talk show, other kind of live stream, or upload brand new video, short, VOD, or new long form video. But anyway, guys, it looked like we're reaching the very end. Is there any last thing you want to say, Meowin?
I just want to say thank you so much for having me on. I had a lot of fun. I think that we started kind of right around the exact same time, so we're kind of like streaming twinsies.
That's very
so
nice.
I'd like to hang out with you some more, and I had a lot of fun, and I hope chat did too, and it was nice to meet everyone.
Right. Yes, it was very good today. I enjoy your company today on my very first episode of Vtuber versus Zawarudo.
Eduardo.
We gotta have to say that way because that is what the name of the show called, Vtuber versus Zawarudo, where in this talk show we talk about Vtuber, whether you're big, small, indie, corporate, whatever, we all face this against Zawarudo, whatever the world will throw at us, no matter what happens in our life, or whatever happens in stream, scuff or not. And yes, good luck to both of us. Thank you all for coming, and I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever you guys are on the world, and see you guys next time. Goodbye for now, guys. Stay safe.